So last February you released an app with covers of your idols.
hmm
Where did the idea come from? Have you been thinking about something like that for a longer time?
Yeah, actually, yeah. We were actually thinking of putting a cover on the full album, Recollections of the Insane. Um, but we didn't really feel like it fitted. We just wanted our own songs on that album. So we figured we might just like release a cool EP with like cover songs of, like our idols basically. We always wanted to do that. So yeah, that's what we did.
Yes. So Chants of the Abyss includes songs by bands that I think most inspired you. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there any other bands that your fans must know that you is inspired, that influenced your music?
Oh man, it's there's like a lot of bands to mention, like I can
Yeah,
keep going on forever. So I mean it's kind of a hard question, but yeah, I mean we I mean we could have done a lot more covers, but we decided to keep it, like to a select few. Um but yeah, I mean like I've mentioned it before, like even bands like Dissection, like more of the black metal stuff, like some more thrashy stuff. I mean, we try to melt it together into one thing, we so yeah, that's what we try to do at least, like
yeah. So this app is kind of, there's a lot of different songs, because there's Misfits and there's a Morbid Angel. Yes. So did you consider other covers than these ones that ended up on Chance of the Abyss?
yeah, sure, we had a couple, but we had to like, again, like choose the ones that we were all like. I mean, we could have picked so many, like, but yeah, we had to pick a couple. And for instance, like the Morbid Angel one, a lot of people were telling me like, oh man, like you should have chosen like Chapel of Ghouls. But, like we wanted to do something a little bit more, one of those songs that's a bit deeper on the album, like for instance, the Slayer one, Necrophiliac. Like we could have easily taken one from Rain and Blood, but we love Hell Awaits, man, and we think it's so underrated. So we wanted to hear it with like newer production, um, to see how like heavy it would sound like with like newer production, So yeah.
Uh, we are so let's talk about your debut LP.
All
We
right.
are uh, over 1 year after releasing of Recollections of the Insane. How do you feel with the fact that you realized your debut album and you're slowly becoming a bigger band?
How does it feel?
Yeah,
I It's pretty cool, man. It's cool to see the band growing, like for all we put a lot of work in it, and I mean that's what we want to do, of course. I mean, but it's cool to see how it, is becoming something a bit bigger, or I don't know, like it's nice to see all the reactions and stuff of people if you release new stuff. So yeah, I feel like it's all going pretty positive actually. I mean, we didn't really expect that, like so that's pretty cool.
yeah. Even for the music on Recollections of is pure old school death thrash. There's a lot of
Mhm.
great catchy melodies, I think, in every track. So is
All
it
right.
important to you to put parts like that in your music?
Well, I think for us it is because I mean, we love like the super heavy stuff, but we also like a good melody, So if there's a way, if we can combine it in a way and make it like one thing, like a song that's like super heavy, but still has like a cool part with a like a catchy melody or something in between there. I mean, we always try to go for that, but I mean, it's just how we write, I guess. It's not that we do it on purpose. It's just the way how it comes out, I suppose. But yeah, so
Um, you have a upcoming tour with Evil Invaders, Warbringer, and Mason.
hmm.
So this pretty thrash tour, and
Yeah, yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Um, where did the idea come from to do something like that? Because you can, I think, do the little headline tour, but you organize a tour with kind of bigger bands, but
Hmm.
all four bands are great, and this is very exciting. So, where did the idea come from, and when to do something like that?
Oh, well, the thing is, like, we were supposed to be touring, but then it got canceled again. We had some tours with Evil Invaders and Angelus Apatrida, but they kept on being canceled, like with that whole Corona stuff. So yeah, we had to keep like readjusting, and then like finally now, like we can jump on this tour, so to speak. Uh, but I mean, obviously without Angelus Apatrida, so now it became something else. But I don't know where the idea came from. Just like it was just like an offer we got, so it's cool that we can finally do this. Finally have that tour we've been waiting on for a long time. So yeah,
Uh, you will play some festivals in August, yes?
yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
um, you were at Brutal Assault last year, yes?
Yeah.
And uh, I'm going to Brutal Assault this year. And is there any chance to see you this year at Brutal Assault?
Oh man, I don't think we got an offer for Brutal Assault yet for this year, but I mean, if that would be possible, that would be great because that was awesome, man. It's a really cool festival.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So let's go back to your debut album.
All right.
For me, Recollections of the Insane is something new and fresh in extreme music because for me, these catchy melodies are in your style of playing is something new, I think. So, were you going to create something original, or were you thinking about do something in tribute of old school legends?
Yeah. I don't think we really thought of it. Um, like for instance, our first EP, that's like it's not really original. It's more like imitating the stuff you like, basically, and then like out of that you create your own thing. You start finding these ways and how to like find your way, I guess. But no, I mean we of course we wanted to write something that sounds like fresh and not something that's been done over and over again. So, we try to go for something that sounds like new and fresh, but still has that like old school feel to it.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're ever gonna leave that. It's always gonna be with us, that old school stuff. But yeah, just like with a fresh touch, you know. So otherwise, I mean, otherwise you can just better listen to, all the old classics and keep on doing that. So
Um, when I listen to Onwards to Fire, I immediately think about hypocrisy. And
oh yeah, yeah, interesting.
am I right? Because this beginning, it's really similar um, to the new school hypocrisy song. So
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
It,
yeah, yeah, continue.
yeah, it's cool that you mentioned that actually. I haven't thought of it, but I can see where you're coming from. So that's cool. No, it wasn't, related to anything about like hypocrisy or anything like that, but that's cool because I like that band.
Yeah, I thought so. The cover of your debut album is great in my opinion, but can you say what it represents? Because I know it. For me, it represents some man that is scared of some, I don't know, beast or something. But
Yeah.
I don't know if it's right. So. And other question about the cover is were you choosing a cover for your album? What do you expect from that cover?
Like from the artist, like who's drawing it or like
Yes,
making it or
what it must represent and what it must saying about the band if you
oh,
need
okay.
like that.
In that sense. Well, we try to um get the whole kind of picture of like what the full album would sound like and then like go from there. And then we tried giving the artist god damn it, I forgot his name. Oh, shit.
Yeah, no
I
problem, no
I feel
problem.
sorry for that guy. Um yeah, but we try to like, make it like if you look at it that you could like imagine like you could hear the full album basically.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah. Oh man, you can say it in so many different ways, but yeah, it's just like a recollection of like um an insane person's mind, basically, what they would be, for instance, thinking or, you know, living or whatever, like envisioning. And that's what we try to like kind of put on that album cover.
yeah.
So
Uh, I think there's a big change in sound of voices and recollections of the insane. So, uh, is it cause of that you? Mm, uh, is it cause of a different idea to record your music, or is it about that you didn't have the opportunity to record voices with a really good sound?
uh hmm. Well, we recorded voices in the same by the same studio, like this the same guy, Jarne Heile from Carnation. Um, but at the time, his studio wasn't as like like of course it was already amazing, but the way how it's now, it's even more insane. Um, but also we didn't record with Yarna, but with the other guitarists from Carnation. Um, I don't know. I think we were also experimenting with sound, like for instance, guitar sound. We blended like two amps, like this Marshall Valve State and like PV 6505. So I don't know. I think it was just how we wanted it to sound at that moment, I guess. But now we just have more. I think we had more time as well, and um yeah, we had a more like in-depth look at, and like we took more time to check out the masters and do all these like editings and
Yes.
stuff like that. So yeah.
So I have one more question about the difference between voices and recollections. I think the voices is more there's more trash stuff than on the recollections of the insane, which is I think more death metal. There's and there are a lot of changes overall between those two recordings. So what it comes from?
Oh man. Well, I think the DP we actually had those songs already for a long time. You know um yeah, we had them for a long time. So the thing is like recollections is basically what we how we wanted to write, but we didn't really have like the skills yet, I would say, like how to play it and all that stuff. So we just recorded as like played as best as we could at the time, and then eventually we just recorded them that way. But then we wanted more, like we honed our skills a bit better, and we're always trying to improve. So I guess that's where you can see or hear that difference. It's like we at the period for voices, we wanted to write something like recollections, but we needed to get there. So in order to do that, we just had to like hone our skills more, and you know. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's it.
So let's talk about band's future. First of all, I would like to know how the work on the new album is going. Is it far to the end, or is it close to the end? Where when can we expect new material?
Oh, damn, you're eager. No, well, at the moment we're focusing a lot on the tour, and so writing is like a little bit on a whole. I mean, we're all writing like by ourselves, just like collecting
Yeah,
IDs, and so eventually we can come together. And I mean, we have some stuff for sure. I mean, we always have stuff like put somewhere like saved, and every time we have a new ID, we record it, and store it away.
yeah,
But for now, like we're really focusing on the tour and all the like the upcoming shows and like festival season, because it's looking really good. So we really want to like showcase the album Recollections, and of course the other songs, but mostly Recollections,
yeah.
as best as possible, of course. But yeah, like after the tour, we're gonna start writing, like all together again. Like we've done it already a little bit, but not like like in depth like we usually do. So after the tour, we're gonna start writing more and bring the IDs together, and yeah. So I can't say when it will be
Yeah.
finished, but I mean there's cool stuff cooking. That's all I can say for now.
Okay. So, what are the plans for the nearest future of the band?
Oh man. Just keep on writing music and playing them as much as possible shows, and always trying to improve, and to always have fun while doing it.
Yeah, it's
So yeah,
important.
I mean, yeah, for sure, man. Like you always should have fun, if it gets, I mean, it can get serious, but I mean, you can also do that with fun. So
Yeah.
but yeah, we keep on just improving and writing songs, man. I mean, it's what we want to do. So yeah, that that's the only thing we're thinking of, basically, you know. So yeah.
There's a lot of different opinions in the world of rock and metal, but what condition do you think the metal scene is in right now?
I think it's looking pretty good, actually. I felt like there was a dip, at least in the scene here in Belgium, at least in my opinion. Like there were not enough, like, small bands popping up, and the thrash scene or death metal scene was kind of going weird. I mean, you still had those bands out there, but I didn't see like too much like local shows and stuff like that. But I like now I'm seeing it again, and I feel like there is a fresh flow of bands coming, and I mean in my opinion it looks good. So I hope it keeps on going like that. But yeah, I guess it's always like that. It always goes up and down,
Yeah.
and so
Can
yeah.
can you say your favorite bands? That's underground, like Schizophrenia or something like that.
Favorite bands, like still active.
Yes, but from underground, like Schizophrenia. Yeah.
Like Schizophrenia. Oh man, Jesus Christ. Uh I mean, there's some bands that aren't really underground anymore, that, like, uh for instance, like, but they're already, like, bigger now, but like I love like Blood Incantation, but yeah, they're now we're already big,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. I like Frozen Soul as well. Really like Frozen Soul. Yeah, for the rest, I don't know, like I have some bands, but I can't, like, they don't pop up straight away, you know.
Yeah, I would set miscreants. You played
Yeah, Jesus Christ, that's what I mean. Miscreants. Also, Bones, really cool band.
yeah,
Super cool band. Fuck, man. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. Is there any plans to? Yeah, you said that now is a tour with Evil Invaders and Warbringer, and after that the festival season, and but on fall autumn. Is there any plans to maybe do a little headliner tour on Europe? Uh, yeah,
Uh, well, there has been a lot of discussion of like some opportunities, but I mean, I can't really say too much about it, or say too much. I can't really tell you too much about it. It's
yeah,
all still being, you know, made up. So, but there is a lot of, plans and shows being thrown around, and so yeah, we'll see what it brings, man.
okay. Um, we're going to the end and time for a few questions, for a few short questions, because I ask every musician that I did the interview because I like to
All
know.
right.
What is your favorite band of all time? It's a hard question.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
know.
I can only pick one.
Uh, Three. That's ultimate three maybe.
Ultimate three. Well, for sure, Morbid Angel. I'm completely
Yeah,
obsessed by Morbid Angel. I'm
I thought
completely
so.
obsessed by Dissection, obviously. For the third one, god damn it. I'm Oh man, I I really hate this question.
Yeah,
I
I
would
know.
say, man, I would say Black Sabbath, because I mean, Paranoids is when I first heard that, when I was like younger, like, there was a CD laying around, I put it on, there was Paranoid on there, and that got me hooked. So I would have to say Black Sabbath.
Um, Black Sabbath with Ozzy, of course. I think yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So another really hard question, I think. What is your favorite album of all time?
Oh man. Oh, favorite album. Oh man. I'm just gonna have to go with one I just really fucking love. So I would say, oh man, I can't do this. God damn it. Wait. Oh man, it's too hard. It's too hard. You're killing me.
Mm, I
Uh,
know.
let's just say Hall of the Mountain King from Sabotage.
Okay. So, and the final question, because I'm really curious about that. Do you know Vader from Poland?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So,
Awesome band.
yeah. So I was very curious because I think they're kind of popular abroad, but
Oh
uh,
yeah.
but I don't know if everybody from the real Metal Maniacs know them. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
for sure, man.
thought so. I was questioning. So that's all. We were talking with Romeo Promos, yes,
Perfect, man.
from Schizophrenia, and yeah, that's all. Thank you, Romeo.
Ciao, ciao.